I listen to, I'd say about 5% of my playlists are rap. So not, it's not my main diet, but I love a lot of rap. I'm more of an old school rap enthusiast. I like Kendrick Lamar. I like, there's some modern stuff that I like, but mostly the pop radio rap is just not for me. A playlist together to share with me or whatever. Anybody can send me a playlist. I got friends. It says 0. Oh, maybe nobody's accepted my friends. Oh, this is this other account. That's why. This is the backup account. We don't need to bother friending on this because I'm not going to do constructed on this. Thank you, Maze. Glad you liked that vid. Christmas in Hollis is the second best Christmas song of all time. Here we can do a little, I'm not going to draft again, but we can AMA for a little bit before I head out. The first is actually, I played it on Christmas last year. My favorite Christmas song of all time is an original by Sufjan Stevens called "Hey Guys, It's Christmas Time." Here. There's a link to my favorite Christmas song. And for rap, I mean, I love the Beastie Boys, Jurassic 5, the Roots are fantastic. That's the kind of rap I like. I guess I like indie rap. Black Sheep, no, Blackalicious. Black Sheep are okay, but I was thinking about Blackalicious when I said Black Sheep. Tribe Called Quest, sure, all the old school stuff. Obviously, Public Enemy. I mean, if it's late 80s, early 90s rap, I love it. Rap started to drift away from me actually like when The Chronic came out and it became way more gangster type. But even, I mean, I like Cypress Hill. I've used Cypress Hill on the morning song of the day and stuff. MF Doom is great. Yep. I mentioned Kendrick Lamar earlier. Yeah, Kendrick Lamar is a modern MC that I really like. Don't know Hobo Johnson. Yeah, mumble rap, exactly. I hear you, man. If I can't hear what you're saying when you're rapping, it loses it for me, because like for me it's so much about the lyrics. But Stones Throw Records. I should have said goodbye to YouTube by now. Bye, YouTube. Is Sack a Cat banned in Direct Challenge against you? I mean, I don't think it makes for good TV. If everybody wanted to see that, I would do it, I guess. But I tend to avoid cat matchups because they're annoying and not that fun, just mechanically. How so, Cyber Angle? You don't like any of it, or it's all changed on you and you hate it now? Because both of those could be old man type takes. Yeah, Fenor, I did. I was talking about that earlier too. I've been proud of myself for repairing things lately without turning to other human beings. I bought a soldering kit so I could solder a wire on my roaster, and I fixed my coffee roaster. Then I ordered parts for my car, and I installed those parts into my car myself. Can you believe it? If you know me, you can't believe it. I use a Bmore 1600 Plus. I think it's... Well, and the funny thing, Cardinator, is my brother, my older brother, is a mechanic. I always joked throughout my life that he took all of the skills. Like, he took all the fine motor skills and mechanical skills and left me with nothing. Just a bunch of talking over R&B. That is a very old man take of rap. It's not just a bunch of talking. First, I mean, if you don't care about lyrics, I get it. I'm a lyrics fanatic, so that's where rap really gets me, is I think, and that's why I also don't particularly care for the gangster stuff. I mean, it's a legitimate window into a real, real life that's happening out there to people, but the misogyny and attitude is like too much for me lyrically, and I much prefer other stuff, not rap that's not misogynistic and hurtful words. I don't know, talking about words again, I guess. But I mean, Hamilton, like, if Hamilton doesn't appeal to you, probably rap is out for you, I suppose. But I could make a good ease you into rap playlist. I don't know a ton of Lupe Fiasco, but I know a little bit, and I've enjoyed Lupe. Yeah, they've played Lupe on KEXP a bunch, and that's where I get a lot of my musical stuff anyway. I'm a punk rock fan too. What kind of punk? Like classic 70s, early 80s punk, or more hardcore 80s? Punk rock is such a category that has a lot of subgenres that can turn how that music sounds quite a bit. Here's a hot take for you. Here's a hot take for you. The Clash isn't even punk. The Clash is just rock and roll. What's punk about the Clash? Listen to London Calling and tell me what's punk about that versus just rock and roll. Because he snarls a little bit? He barely even snarls. He doesn't even have, I love the Clash, mind you. I love the Clash for the rock and roll band that they are. I just don't understand why they're even punk. Yep, love Sex Pistols. I mean, there's basically one album to love, but I love it. Your recommendation about NF. What does that stand for? And maybe I wrote it down. I wrote down Stones Throw Records. New stuff, new music, or new hip hop? Circle Jerks are not in my sphere of punk love. That's getting into the 80s hardcore stuff that I did not get into. I'm more 70s, early 80s punk pioneer type guy. Oh, NF is the name. Okay, I'll made a note of it. Is there a chat function? I would like to be chatted with before I'm challenged, because I don't want to sit there turning down challenges all day long. I guess I'll say this, Brian. I'm always on Discord. Like, Discord is always open when I'm on Arena. So I would say, if you want to friend me and challenge me, ping me on Discord and reach me there, and then we can make the hookup. I think punk pop is great. Like I kind of missed Cyber Angle. Like I said, I love the punk pioneer stuff. Then the '80s hardcore kind of left me. I wasn't angry enough for it, I guess. And then kind of your Offspring, Nirvana. Like, grunge is really just the baby of punk and rock, right? Punk rock and regular rock in a lot of ways. But anyway, I think the Offspring and like Green Day and bands like that twisted punk into an interesting way in their era that I like. A deck building challenge. Ooh, favorite White Stripes album. Honestly, I'm more singles oriented when it comes to the White Stripes. I tend to pluck my favorite songs from the latest album and then throw them into my big playlists. But I guess if I looked through their albums, I would say man, maybe it is just is it just White Blood Cells? It's such a great album. Those early albums from bands are always great, because it's like, anyway. I was looking at Icky Thump. That looks good too. They all have a bunch of stuff on it I like. I don't know. I can't. That's what I mean. They're more of a singles band for me. I don't know each of their albums deeply, but I love the songs I love. I'll think about that, Mensch. I'm not going to assign anything now, but if you wanted to throw it out there, like, what do you want to do? Maybe you can find somebody to... Yeah, Fluffy, I'm also that way about Cake. Cake's a band I adore. I have probably 15 Cake songs on my big playlist, which is a lot. Like, that's a lot of songs for one artist to have on my big shuffle play playlist that's a couple thousand songs long. But there's no Cake album that I'm in love with. I just love individual Cake songs. Understandable, Cyber Angle. One of my best friends in the world, my buddy Dan, not the guy I had lunch with this week, but a different Dan. He's a music fanatic. I turned him on to a lot of stuff that he likes, in fact, and he has a thing where he loves to just, whenever he sees a band that he likes that's going to be in town, he'll buy a couple of tickets and figure out who to take with him. And so I go to a lot of concerts with my buddy Dan, and we're very similar in our musical tastes in a lot of ways. But one wildly different place that I have trouble even parsing sometimes is that he does not hear lyrics at all. Like, lyrics are so important to me, and they are frosting. Like, I mean, I can listen to a song that doesn't even use lyrics at all, or a song that's speaking in a language I don't speak, and I can still enjoy the music. But man, good lyrics. Just take a great song and put it over the top in a way that gets me thinking. And like, so I'm just kind of lyrics obsessed, and I've got this friend who just doesn't hear them at all. And I can't even fathom listening to music and not striving to hear the words, and then not having those words matter to me at all. Anyway, just a funny aside that there are some no lyrics people in the world, and I don't know I don't know how to I'm just, lyrics make me cry, you know? I mean, anyway. don't know about Mad Caddies. I love Thievery Corporation, though. That's good. Danger Mouse. All right. Well, I said I wasn't going to draft again, but here I am just talking forever instead of doing my adulting. So I should wrap up the stream here, folks. Thank you so much for hanging out, though. Let's see where we can kick a raid back to. I see a bunch of the bigger folks. Let's see who's smaller on the list. How about Mobius or Lady Lavinius? Haven't rated Mobius in a while. Let's go to Mobius. Oh, I'm not going to enjoy my adulting, but I'll enjoy when it's done. And I'll feel better about my life. So let's get that happening. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Say hi to Mobius, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Oh, and here, I'm going to drop you this as we head out. There was a new meme. There's a new meme in the system. It just didn't come up today. Oh well. Bye.